Hey, welcome to an LA Life podcast. Today is Tuesday, April 25th. You guys are going to watch this on Wednesday. We're recording on Tuesday because I'm leaving tomorrow morning with a pastor here in our area, Solomon David. We're going to head down to Indianapolis for 2 days of discipleship conference. We'll just call it training, if you will. But we're going down to see what we can learn about discipling better in our churches and getting you all involved in discipleship and growth. And the whole idea is, we're all to be in the good soil, good heart, have the Word of God land on us and begin discipling. There you go. That's why we're doing this on Tuesday. You're going to see it on Wednesday. As always, to give you some weather updates. We've had some crazy weather here. We've had some sleet and a little bit of snow, and we've had wind, and this all follows after having a week of 70s and 80s degree weather. It's crazy in the great state of Indiana, but here we are. As I always say, we choose to live here, and so we have to take the good and the bad, which makes me think all of this kind of going down for 2 days of discipleship, good weather, cold weather. When we had that good weather stretch, I was out mowing the yard like most of you were doing. And our grandson, who we get to watch 4 days a week, we are truly blessed to have the little rugrat in our life. His sister is in school, so we don't get her. We've got another one coming here at the end of May, little granddaughter. And we have another grandbaby coming in October from our youngest, her and her husband. Good stuff in the right family. So excited. God is blessing. But I was mowing, and my grandson was at the house, and so he goes and gets his little bubble machine mower, and he follows everything that I'm doing. If I turn, he turns. When I turn the mower off and I put it in the grass, he brings his little mower up and he parks it right next to mine. So then we're kind of hanging out on the back porch, and we've got these, and I don't know if it's like a bumblebee or a carpenter bee. I'm really not, because I'm not a bee expert, but there are these fat bees, little fuzzy looking things, and they zoom all around. Well, I was getting a tennis racket and I was swatting the bees out of the air. I'm sure it's not the best thing to do. But anyways, I'm doing it. I'm swatting these bees out of the air, and my grandson's watching all of this. And I mean, he's super excited every time I'd hit one, and he's trying to mimic and imitate me on all of this. And so after I successfully swatted a bee out of the air, I looked at him, not thinking, and I said, "Grampy's the boss daddy." Who then my grandson begins to repeat, "Boss daddy," which was kind of funny. And Missy hears it and she's like, "What did he just call you?" Well, so she asks him, what did Grandpa? Grandpa's a boss daddy. That's true. But anyways, here's the deal. People follow and mimic us. Not just our grandsons or our grandchildren, but think about this. We're in a series where we're talking about being planted, meaning the Word of God planted in our life, and then we take that and we bear fruit. In Mark's account, I want to go over here to verse 21. Listen to this. I'm going to try to tie this together. It hopefully makes sense. In chapter 4, verse 21, after Jesus has explained the parable of the sower, he says, "And he said to them, is a lamp brought in to be put under a basket or under a bed and not on a stand? For nothing is hidden except to be made manifest, nor is anything secret except to come to light." Very simply, Jesus says, if you're a good heart, good soil, that's verses 1 through 20, then you're going to be a light. You're going to shine brightly for others to see. And here's what happens. He doesn't really talk about it in this way, but people begin to follow. They begin to imitate, not us, but they're imitating Christ in us. So just like my little grandson follows along and mows the way I mow and parks the mower, and I got my weed eater out. He gets his little weed eater out, if you will. I got my leaf blower, and he's got a bubble blower, and I mean, he's just following along and even swatting bees out of the air. I mean, he'll try to do that. And boss daddy. Here's the thing. If you and I are a light for Jesus, people are going to see that light and they begin to imitate it. They begin to pay attention to it. And so I kind of got some questions here. If you come to church on Sunday, you'll see these questions in our bulletin. But here's the questions. Think about it in this way. In your online and in-person interactions, do you often consider that you are a representative for Jesus? right? In other words, we like to say, you're a commercial for Jesus. What are people seeing? What are people hearing in your walk and your words? Are you living a life that's worth imitating? And again, it's not about us, but it's about Christ in us that people are seeing. Here's the second question for you to think about today. And it just simply says, be a light for Jesus. And then the question is, what keeps you from being a light? What is it that has you hiding Jesus, right? That's what it says in verse 21. Isn't a lamp brought in, where he says, is a lamp brought in to be put under a basket or under a bed and not on a stand? Jesus asked the question really in that form of, if you're a light, we're not hiding that. And so why is it that you're not a light for people to see? You know, there you go. I don't know if that made any sense. I sure hope so on this Tuesday. Really, it's about lunchtime for us here on this Tuesday. Just pay attention and know that people are paying attention. And if you claim to be a follower of Jesus, then be a light. Don't be afraid to shine bright. Don't be afraid for others to see that, because they're going to begin to ask questions. And when they begin to imitate, they're imitating Christ in us because they see something in us. There you go. Very simple. Hope to see you guys on Sunday. Love you. Have a great day.